Welcome to the Sounds Like Us podcast, where we speak to amateur artists, singer-songwriters, musicians, etc. about their musical journey. And today we are joined by Paul Dillon from the band Pmad. Paul, good afternoon and welcome to Sounds Like Us.
And thank you so much, Martin, for having me. Fair play to you. I'm delighted to be here.
No problem at all. Right, maybe it's a good place to start you telling us a little bit about yourself and Pmad.
Yeah, well, as in Pmad the band is like starting when you're going to have a fight with anyone, you just say, yeah, come on lads. It's just me really. I just put in Pmad the band. I think there was a bit of a backup. We do have a band, The Greeting as well, with other guys. So yes, so we're from Portumna in County Galway, Ireland, over in the western side of Ireland. A very beautiful place. And we make, post-punk, gothic indie rock or something like that.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I was listening to it just now. I went out for a run and gave it a quick whirl then. Really reminded me of all those genres. A little bit of a Jesus Mary Chain and a little bit of early Verve in there.
Yeah, and we're just doing the what do we say, the album cover for the new album, and we're going to put it out in vinyl, which is always a dream of mine. And there's a bit of a homage to the Jesus Mary Chain there on it as well. So
that's good.
The artwork.
It's good to pay homage to your heroes.
Yes.
How did the music that your parents listened to influence you when you were growing up?
It didn't influence me. It probably drove me the other direction completely. Yes. Val Dunican and country and western. As they say down our way, there's only two types of music I'm into. It's country and western. And none of it did anything for me. Now, there would happen to be a Johnny Cash album there and Roy Orbison, however they snuck in, and I would have listened to them. But it was more my cousin. It wouldn't be my family. I suppose you rebel anyway, you're supposed to. But it was more my cousins and the cool cousins and things like that who would leave a tape or a CD or something, and then you'd listen to that, and then that's the influence, really.
Yeah, it's always the cousins. My cousins, like you, my mum and dad would listen to country and western and Johnny Cash and that. It's like, I didn't mind it, to be fair.
No, Johnny Cash is cool. I have no problem with Johnny Cash. It's the other stuff.
Yeah, I know that feeling. And one of my cousins introduced me to cigarettes and alcohol about Oasis, and at first I hated it. But yeah, that started me on the road to loving.
Yeah, and it's not that I liked my cousin's music. It's just it was different, but it brought me out the path to say there is something different, you know.
Can you share how your background and the place you grew up in shaped your musical journey?
Sure. Rural Ireland, and we had very little introduction to music, and maybe once a week we had Dave Fanning, who was fantastic on. You had 2 radio stations, and you had maybe even 1 radio station and 2 TV channels. You had nothing. So anyone that came home and introduced you to new music was brilliant, but they would have called it the Fanning Top 40 every week, and you would have had. So then, of course, The Smiths Asleep was their number 1 for years, and then you'd hear a bit of The Cure, and you'd pick out your stuff, like he was the Irish John Peel, we'll say. So You'd be listening to stuff that you wouldn't normally hear, and that was get the press, play and record, because you're never likely to hear it again for the rest of the week, you know, or maybe never again.
Everyone did that. They always used to record the top 10, and they tried to get it just before the DJ spoke.
Exactly, yeah.
Go on anymore. That was quite fun doing that. How did that environment influence your sound or approach to music?
Yeah, sure. Look at you be influenced with. I don't know what I make is what I'm able to do and what I like, and it's for me firstly. And I suppose people hear what they want to hear. I always say anyway. Most people aren't. Most people are 90% of the world is just music listeners. They're not music fans. It's just on the background. It's just noise. They couldn't tell you who it is. It doesn't matter. But for me and for you and for other people, you have to go down the rabbit hole and listen to the whole album, probably buy the T-shirt or the CD if you really love it or whatever it is, and you research it, who is what, and then that brings you on to the next one. And I was always, Martin Hannett will say with Joy Division and all that, and New Order, and then who they all influenced and who he produced, and you go into all that, you know. So that's how you found music.
Yeah. How did your early experiences with music in your community or hometown shape your identity as an artist? Is there any sort of people you grew up with that helped you along the way? Or
there was no really, because I suppose everyone, see, it's great because today everyone, there is different people, of course, but it seems to be a bit of uniform. The kids seem to be, the boys are wearing their younger brother's jeans and a North Face jacket, and they all seem to be, and the girls have this beautiful hair, flowing locks and things like that, and they all look fantastic and they're skinny and all that. But back in our day, my day anyway, there was the punks, the mods, the goths, the cool kids, the leg warmer gang, the geeks and everything. And there just seem to be so many different people. So I suppose to be part of it or not be part of it. And I keep saying, I don't know whether I was around, but probably the only goth in the village, you know, and long coat and the Doc Martens and the hair spiked and all the other bits and pieces. So trying to be Robert Smith and totally uncool. But
yeah. Trying to stand out a little
you're
bit.
trying to, you're all trying to find your own piece in the world.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a specific piece of music that transports you to another time or place? Maybe brings you back to vivid memories or emotions?
Anything could do that at any time, really. Yeah, I've so varied. Like, we have 2 radio shows as well, and I get so much new music. I sort of fell out with music around thousands, I suppose, when there was a guy, it seems to be always just this guy with a guitar, and he whinging about how the girlfriend broke up with him, and he could write a full album on it, and it just sent me away from music. But I missed a lot of it. So now I'm sort of catching up on that, and what was not that particular type, but actually good music at the time, the Chapman Family and stuff like that. And then on to I'm getting a lot of modern stuff. So yeah, even the new stuff brings me back. You know, it depends what it is. Yeah, I just like music. I'm a music fan. I just like music.
That's good to know. There's always a lot of good stuff out there. Who would you say were your main influences?
Yeah, I should look at it. I'm a big Smiths fan. The Cure, Dinosaur Jr., Dead, Tom Waits. I could go from Tom Waits to Suicidal Tendencies, and then from Dead all the way over Nick Cave and different things, you know. So all these are famous people in broad general terms, you know. So they're successful for a reason because they're absolutely amazing, you know.
How do you work these into your music? Is it like a natural process?
Yeah, I suppose I just sort of strum and sort of say, that's all right, yeah. And then maybe put a beat to it and the bass. I like a good bass line, and it's technology is so good now, you know, that I can make my talent look better than what it is, you know. So you can create and to the DAWs and the rest of it and mess around and do other things. And yeah, look at it's all I ever wanted to do is make something that I like and put a CD in the car and listen to it and say, geez, that's good, I like that, you know. And then some days then you just maybe listen to 2 songs because that's how you feel, you know. And music is an emotional thing, you know. The best song in the world that you might listen to every day, and then another day you just, I know, don't want it. Yeah, something else you feel, you know. So
Then another day you listen to it, you think, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, look at it depends on your mood, and then maybe the track that you never thought that was great finally clicks with you as well. And yeah, so so that's exactly how you create it, you know. Some days you'll go up upstairs and you'll say, Jesus, that's rubbish. And then you go back and listen to it again. And that's why I have recordings for years and years and years of nearly everything I ever did was recorded and cut. And yeah.
So how do you go about making your music? What instruments do you use?
Sure, guitar and bass, and then we come in with a bit of synth and drum machine and things like that, but we improve on that as we go along then, you know. So it's mostly just create the sound, and then I suppose I started journaling during COVID. All this thing started about whatever, any of Pmad and the rest, but I would think I was journaling for years before anyone created journaling or said it was. I'd be always mishearing lyrics and writing it down or writing down my own stuff. And now I'd have a page and say, that'll do that song, and then you try and create around that, you know.
So you build it from the ground up kind of thing?
Sorry?
You build it from the ground up?
Yeah, well, everything is, yeah, very, and then that's where, I suppose, you hear influences from other things then, because that's what you like, and that's what you're going to hear, you know, so.
What was the first piece of music you ever wrote or produced?
For myself, it was probably a greeting song, actually, rather than a Pmad one, because Pmad was, the greeting band is probably the more commercial, better, grungy, that sort of thing. And Pmad was sent out there as the experiment. Pmad is going to mess it all up. It's going to do it, but it's going to learn from its mistakes, and the greeting will follow on in the door and say, so I'd say it was actually the plan. The plan is probably the next single, the third single that will come out from the greeting. That was probably the first song I actually wrote.
Do you recall the first time you experienced live music?
I do, live and do. It was Howard Jones in Leisureland. Yeah, and I was about 12 years of age. 12, yeah, we got in, myself and a friend, and we loved it. Jeez, what a show as well, you know. So I think it could have been a bit of the spiky hair and things as well. So,
which venue was that?
in Leisureland in Galway.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. That would have been the first. We seen the Smiths shortly afterwards. Then a year or two later. Yeah, we were very fortunate to just walk in. Didn't know anything about the Smiths, but loved them since. Yeah.
Did anything about those performances change how you viewed performance yourself?
Yeah, definitely. This is why Pmad hasn't overly played too much live, because I think you need to give a good performance. It's a show. It's not just necessarily the music or the sound. The sound needs to be good, or the vocals or whatever, but you need something different from, can't be just like a CD being played and things like that. You need to give a bit. It needs to be an experience, no more than you go anywhere or do anything. If you go to a soccer match or you go whatever, you need to feel that experience and say, yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Do you remember the first live performance that you ever did yourself?
Because we only had one. Nerve-wracking, yeah. And yeah. I'll get around to doing more, of course, yes. But it was good fun, yeah, I enjoyed it, yeah. But
What was it?
I was actually just in front of a small crew, just a tester. We did a video for the emerging talent for Glastonbury, and it was just happened to be down in Shannon. Place in Shannon, yeah. There wasn't too many there now, but it wasn't meant to be too many there, thankfully.
So you were quite nervous going on stage?
Yes, very, yeah. It wouldn't be, I don't mind doing a lot of things, but actually, that sort of thing. It just, in your head, first time, how am I going to mess this up?
Looking back, what would you say? I mean, I guess that you say that was the best performance you've ever done.
No, well, it was probably the best and the worst if you want to go through all that, yeah.
Is there a particular venue that stands out in your memory as your favourite place to experience?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen so many places. I've seen stadium and all the different things. Yeah, look at anywhere. I don't know. I think it could be outside my window here, as long as it's a good band and a good feeling. Yeah, there's some. I don't know. It was something about. I like the Roisin Dove in Galway. There's no real barriers to seeing things, and we'll say White Lies there one night, and there'll be maximum 600 can fit in it, and that's wedged. It wasn't even 600 that night, but it was near enough. But then the following 2 nights later on, they were playing 10,000 people in arenas, you know, and stuff like that. Just to get close. Therapy did a 3-hour gig in it one night. And there's so many great places. The venue never really worried me, as long as the sound is fairly good and things. As long as the band is good and the crack is good.
That's definitely the most important thing, isn't it, really? What's your favourite all-time song? I mean, I guess you've only performed once, but your favourite all-time song that you've written?
Or ourselves? Oh, Jenny. I don't know. It could be anything any day. Do like Medicine, do like Sisters. Then I could say Sword or Feed at the moment. It's all running out. I'm making a couple of good songs now at the moment for the new album as well. It changes no more than my mood. It's not for me to decide what's my favourite really, or what is the best.
Have you done much in terms of recording? You spend much time in the studio?
Yeah, well, we nearly have my own, lucky enough. So could spend, and the young lad now is going well at the piano, but he likes the guitar now and as well. And he goes up, and then I go up, and we mess around together. So could spend a lot of time in it, yeah. But it's great to have it at home, and then we get it produced in Germany. So I've never, Protonos Studios, Dominic over there is absolutely fantastic. So I give him a ball of rubbish, and he comes back with, what do you think of this? Jesus, yeah, we're on the right track here now.
How do you do that? Do you just do that over email or?
Yeah, you could. We've always done it. I see him. He does. Different producers do stuff over Twitch, and they do live things, and other lads do it in WhatsApp. You can have a live sit down as if you were in the studio over there and going through it and just saying, we'll tweak this or tweak that and stuff. But he gets back to me with it, and then I go edit and we help and we work it out together. And yeah, it's fantastic because it is a huge skill. And what I hear, even with the radio shows and stuff, there's a massive amount of great music out there. But if it's not produced right, it just won't get any radio play. And people say, how the hell is Pmad getting play? But we produce it well and do things like that, you know.
Is there a song that you've written that carries a deep personal meaning for you?
Sure, loads of them do. Sure, Medicine, I was too fond of the Medicine. And the Sisters, my sister dropped dead one day. And Feed, sure, it's all about her. A lot of climate change and all the other things like that. Yeah, look, it's all personal to me. I can't really write about anyone else. All I can do is write about myself. And yeah, I have my flaws. I'm broken, all those things.
Can you think of a piece of music that's made a major impact on you as a teenager? That might be one you've done yourself, might be something you've heard from one of your heroes.
Since I was a teenager, but I would have been, Pornography, the album by The Cure, I'd be an album man more than anything by Dead really. Tom Waits just gets better and better for me. Hell Broke Loose is probably my favourite song at the moment by him, but that's a while back. Yeah, look at the Smiths. I suppose a cousin went to the Gael talk we have over here where you go spend 2 weeks learning Irish and things like that. And there's very little Irish and more shifting of girls and things like that if you can get it at all. When we came home, she introduced, there's a light that never goes out, and that sort of introduces to the Smiths and that sort of thing. You know, brings you, and then you end up going down rabbit holes of finding other things.
Yeah. I guess that influence your direction of your own music.
Yeah, of course. Anyone that introduced you to new music is a good person, you know.
When you write music, what do you think of? Is there any particular place or person?
Jeez, my mind would be blank a lot of the time. I wonder if you'd be just trying to start from scratch. I'd have a lot of stuff musically down, and then singing in the car is be a thing, and recording singing in the car just to say what'll match up to that and lyrically and things like that, and dreaming stuff up. No, not really thinking of anything. Jeez, I need to learn how to sing.
We can all do those lessons. Throughout your sort of musical lifetime, musical journey, is there any particular memorable moment that might be from a moment recording stuff in the studio, being at a live show when you've seen someone live, even your one live show that you've done, anything where there's been like a moment of
music is a big part of my life. Yeah. No, as in one particular thing. No, I just love live music as well. So getting to see some of my heroes in a house. I love a house. I spent probably the most seeing Jay Mascis or of Dinosaur Jr. shredding the guitar and your eardrums not recovering for a week, and Therapy. Any amount. Seeing Tom Waits now in the tent in the Phoenix Park, Kasabian live, White Lies up close. Seeing so many bands, like, it's just fortunate enough now to have nearly seen all that I've ever wanted to see, you know.
What is the first song or album that ever really connected with you on a deep level?
I go back to the very first cassette I ever bought, and it was the first album of my own money, and I don't know where I saved it up out of, but it was Howard Jones and Human Lib was the name of it, and I don't know, that just clicked with me back in the day. Huh?
I was thinking it's definitely not Human Lib.
No, yeah, Human Lib, sorry. And I just started there. I don't know why. That I just enjoyed that album, and Pearl in the Shell and all these sorts of stuff, yeah.
Kind of, are there any local bands or artists that you know of on your local scene that you enjoy interacting with, you know, recording, playing songs with, going to see live?
Yeah, well, Cheekers, the country is absolutely filled with so much talent. Unreal. Around here you have Moonlight Eclipse. Just even around the area, well, you have our other band, of course, The Greeting, which is fantastic, but you have trad bands. Trad Stone are doing very well as well, and you have The Big Generator, and like I said, Moonlight Eclipse. Galway is full of great bands. Going see, Cheekers, Big Boy Foolish, really love. And there's so many, it's unreal, yeah.
Are there any that you collaborated with in the studio?
We have, at the moment, there's an Italian band, and they come up with the music and I come up with the lyrics, and that is to be released in time. that. I don't know when it's coming out. Actually, he's doing a video at the moment, so we've done that. And then we're actually in the middle of it. The Greeting, of course, I keep going back. That is a collaboration of Big Generator and Pmad. So we have that band. And then we have Lunar Paths and Kill Toys. So we're coming up with a collaboration with that. So there's 3 songs. Pmad provides the beat to, so I create a song, and the beat from that song is used as the beat for a basis of a song by Lunar Paths and Kill Toys. So that's 3 tunes, and then I get Lunar Paths release a song and or create a song, and I use ourselves and Kill Toys use that beat, create another song each. So that's 3 more, and we do it each of them. So we'll have 9 songs for an album, and that's 3 bands collaborating. So there'll be 3 beats with 9 different songs. So it's interesting.
Yeah, good collaboration. Right?
Yeah, they're in Greece. Lunar Paths are Greece and America, and Kill Toys are down in Australia.
So I'm guessing that's what the future will hold for you both on the short term. What about long term?
Well, long term, at the minute now, a dream of my own was, as I am old school, is a vinyl album. And album 3 will be coming out later on in the year, Pmad. So we're just creating the artwork for that now and trying to go through the process of how long you'd have to wait before you can start announcing things that, I want to sell a vinyl, but how long will it take to get there?
How many pressings are you going to get?
Sorry?
How many pressings of the vinyl are you going to get?
I think we're up around 200, 300 or something like that. Yeah. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. If you can sell half, you cover your costs. We've been doing that, but we bring it out in the CD, and it could be just a memento for people as well.
I'm sure that the demand will be there for a lot more.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. People are like, Pmad is a bit of a niche within a niche within a niche, so it's tricky, but hopefully we can repress if there's more, yes.
Yeah, that'll become well in it. All right. And that brings us to the end of this interview. Have you had fun?
Of course, yeah. Geez, it's great to talk. I only delighted to talk. And unfortunately, you tell us more about the Sound Like Us podcast as well.
Well, it's just something I've had it for an idea for quite a while now. I wanted to do a podcast for a while. It's just something I want to, because I've been playing guitar, writing sort of nearly 30 years now.
There you go.
It's been a bit difficult to sort of get out and about and get my music sort of heard. I thought, why not just shine a light on sort of local amateur musicians around and about, and try and give them a bit of a spotlight.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, and yourself. Yeah, you look at, like I said, of radio shows. If you want music, send it on to me, and we'll get it played as well. Everybody has to help each other. Yeah, this is probably, I find it with artists. They just send it out and then hope everyone's going to just play your music without any making. We're fortunate with Pmad, but you have to make relationships, and you have to make friends, and you have to, everyone, support each other and look after each other, share and do bits and pieces like that.
So many people think they can just put something on Spotify and think everyone's just going to look. Doesn't work.
There's 9 million songs a week or something going up on it, and
they're not going to come through to find yours. If they do, then it's just pure luck.
Pure luck. Yeah.
So I'm guessing, have you got any gigs coming up at the minute?
Not at the minute now, no, because Lima's, if I do, see, me standing on a stage isn't much good on its own. I feel a lot of it, unfortunately, but you'd be better off with other people there as well. So Liam, who is with The Greeting, is over in Germany at the moment with his Rock Rising show and the Big Generator and stuff. So they're flying, so they're busy. But the plan is, yes, for the album to do something like that, yeah.
Good. And obviously, you got your new release of your new single. What's the new single called?
Feed is the new song, yeah, available in all the usual places. And and we're found on the social medias, wherever we go, at Pmad the Band.
On YouTube as well.
We're on YouTube, yeah, good old subscribership there now as well. I like a video as well. I'm sort of the old school as well. I like a good video for a song.
Videos, they always help. Right, and finally, just want to say thank you, Paul, for taking the time out of your day to do this interview.
The pleasure is all mine, Martin. Thank you very much in the Sound Like Us podcast for having me. I'm delighted, and hopefully someone will find it interesting to listen to.
It's not a problem at all. And to play us out is Pmad with your new single, Feed.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
The darkness